Please put your hands together for the performance from the Mahindra Children's Foundation.
It is an honor for me to be one of the chairs, honorable chairs for this UN Vesak Day celebrations. So the day of full moon of May is a special day for Buddhists around the world. It is called Vesak, a word that comes from the name of the month of May in the language spoken a long time ago in India. On Vesak Day, Buddhists remember and reflect on the birth of the Buddha, his enlightenment, and the day when he died and entered Parinirvana. Vesak is about much more than Buddha's birth. It acknowledges the peace that Buddha brought to the world. On Vesak, devoted Buddhists seize the opportunity to spread love and harmony to others while keeping a humble spirit and developing their minds through meditation. In particular, Vesak brings to the forefront the intention of a Buddhist life, to observe the precepts, to live simply and humbly, and to do no harm to oneself and the others. On this day of Vesak, it is not only commemorating a historical person, Gautama Siddhartha. It is a reminder that the journey of human development is the same for all of us. From understanding of suffering, to the cause of suffering, to the path of liberation. From the selfish to the selfless, and ultimately to no self. In 1999, United Nations committed to the international observation of Vesak at its headquarters and offices. Victoria has been celebrating this for the 8th year now. In a speech, His Excellency Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General of the UN, said, "Siddhartha was rich. He could have lived a carefree existence, but the suffering of others troubled him. So much so that he left behind the comforts of his palace to help others overcome the painful realities of life." All of us can learn from the Buddhist spirit of compassion. His timeless teachings can help us navigate the many global problems we face today. The financial crisis, climate change crisis, pandemics, terrorism, and other international threats prove that the fates of all the people are interlinked. A problem in one country can quickly turn into a worldwide threat. I constantly remind leaders that we must join forces in solidarity. The need for global solidarity may seem like a modern concept, but it is not. More than 2,500 years ago, the Buddha taught that nothing exists in isolation, and that all phenomena are interdependent. Just as profoundly, he taught that we cannot be happy as long as others suffer, and that when we do reach out, we discover the best in ourselves. These teachings offer wisdom for our times too. Now it falls to each of us, wherever we are, and whatever we do, to carry on this spirit. As we celebrate this day of Vesak, let us resolve to help people who are suffering so that we may secure a better life for all. We are positioned at a unique time in human civilization where we can make a difference. The UN is negotiating the post-2015 development agenda with the theme, Leave No One Behind. They realize that many global issues are interconnected and cannot be resolved independently. The future development of the planet would need to be inclusive. How can religions contribute towards the UN effort to secure a better life for all? We can contribute by helping to generate vital forms of human capital essential to sustainable development. Each person or community is religiously obliged to develop himself or herself at all levels: physical, intellectual, moral. No one is excluded from this inner summons for development. No gender, age, class, abilities, or discriminations. Religions don't only preach this, but they foster human development like honesty, the love of learning, commitment to the dignity of work, so on and so forth. Delving deeper, these virtues and what economists are call as human capital, that is needed for development. So, to advance person and community, religions also invest in social virtues like trust, seeking the common good, and abiding sense of responsibility to others, animated by unrestricted love and compassion. So religions understand that the flourishment of the individual and social vibrancy go together. Our contributions towards all sentient beings is the development of human capital, the human potential, and the social vibrancy. Similarly, when Gautama became enlightened, he wanted to share the good news he discovered. As he gets up and begins to walk down the road, he is met by a sage who knows there is something special in this person. So the sage asks, "Are you a god?" Gautama says, "No." And so he asks, "Are you an angel?" Gautama replied, "No." The sage says, "I know there's something going on. What are you?" Gautama Siddhartha says, "I am awake." Buddha means awake. And you and I awake together. All beings, one body, and not one, not two. A story for the generations, a story for me, a story for you.
Sattva gentlemen, I'm really delighted to welcome you all here today to our Victorian United Nations Day of Vesak celebration, and I'm happy to read a message from the Prime Minister. I am pleased to provide this message on the occasion of Vesak, celebrating the birth, enlightenment and passing of Shakyamuni Buddha. This is an important time for the Buddhist community to come together in fellowship and for the broader community to deepen their appreciation of Buddhist culture. The Buddhist community, in all its diversity, has become an integral part of the Australian story. Buddhism is Australia's second most practiced religion. For many, it provides meaning, purpose and inspiration to their daily lives. The 5 precepts of Buddhism: don't kill, don't steal, avoid dishonourable conduct, don't lie, and don't overindulge, stand as a universal code of conduct that all people, regardless of our religion or culture, should strive towards. At this time, we celebrate the contribution that the Buddhist community makes to Australia. I acknowledge your commitment to respect, compassion and understanding as taught by Buddha. I send my best wishes to everyone attending this celebration. The Honourable Tony Abbott, Prime Minister of Australia.
You have 5 minutes to talk. At the end of the 5 minutes, I'll be notifying you. Then at the this is not going to be the usual panel discussion that you will see at other places. At the end of all the talks, we will be talking on each topic, and you will, if we have time, you will be given a chance to ask questions. Okay, Venerable. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. My name is Venerable Tunda for the Linston Temple. I would like to say in Vietnamese language. Kính thưa tất cả các vị chư tôn đức tăng ni Phật tử Việt Nam, cái điều mà thảo luận
Diocese, the head of our Catholic Church is Archbishop Dennis Han. So I bring you greetings from him on behalf of the Catholic community of our state of Victoria and the city of Melbourne. Besides being a member of the Commission for Interfaith Dialogue, I am also teaching at the Australian Catholic University, where I teach in the area of Catholic theology. But a major aspect or unit in our Catholic theology today is on interfaith relations. And so, in fact, this semester, I was teaching a class on world religions. And one of the assignments I gave to my students, many of them, most of them are teachers in Catholic schools or teachers in different communities all over Australia. And one of the assignments I gave them was that they should go and visit a place of worship of a religious tradition, not of their own. So many of them are Christians. So they would go to visit a mosque, a Jewish synagogue, a Hindu temple, and quite a number of them also visited the Buddhist temple. I'm sure some of you might have hosted them. And many of them came back and told me that they were overwhelmed by the reception they received from the Buddhist leader who was hosting them and the community. Some of them participated in a meditation session. Some of them witnessed or observed a chanting session. Some of them just had a little dialogue engagement with the Buddhist community. So on behalf of my university and my students, I wish to thank you for your hospitality to my students at the Australian Catholic University. And the head of our church in the world is Pope Francis, who is the Bishop of Rome. Every year at the Vesak Day celebration, he sends greetings to the Buddhist community throughout the world. And so let me conclude this greetings by quoting his greetings to the Buddhist community in the world. So he says, Pope Francis, the Bishop of Rome, says, "We pray that your celebration of Vesak, which includes making special efforts to bring happiness to those who are less fortunate in our midst, may be a time of deepened consideration of the various ways in which we can all work together, so that there will no longer be suffering and slaves and migrants, asylum seekers who are suffering, but that there will be brothers and sisters all living in fraternity, loving kindness and compassion for all." Thank you very much.
Thank you kindly very much for inviting me to this very special day of yours. Now, I learned that on this day, chanting is a major part of your program and the many ceremonies. And I thought, how about we learn just a little bit about the closest thing we have to chanting in my faith, which is Islam. And what we have is we call dhikr or zikr, which translates to the remembrance of God. And in the Holy Quran it states, "Verily in dhikr do hearts find peace." So zikr is often when we repeat certain names of God or certain praises of God. And there are many purposes to this. It enables us to build a stronger relationship with God. It enables us to break that relationship with our mind and our body and the worldly things and connect to our spirituality once more. And it enables us to renew our faith, because Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that our faith is like a shirt. After a while, it becomes unclean, so it must be cleaned again. Now, there is no specific time and place that a Muslim can engage in this zikr, in this Muslim chanting, except that you need to be in a clean area. You can do it alone, or you can do it with a group of people. And again, the ultimate aim is to free you from yourself. Now, it can be done in also various formats. It can be done, you went into your room, you closed the door, and you didn't open it again. It's like you used to open your door to us a lot more when you were younger. So, I'm not here on behalf of the 1.6 billion Muslims or on behalf of the 500,000 Australian Muslims. I'm here just representing my small organization, the Australian Intercultural Society. And on behalf of that organization, I say thank you for opening your doors to us, for allowing me to come here and speak on your holy day. It is an honor. And I wish greater enlightenment and spiritual progress for us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Esma. Please give Esma another round of applause.
Please sing along to the words. I think they're doing it. No? If not, they're in the program, or both. And please sing along. Even if you speak English as a second language, try. And, so here we go. Please clap your hands. Different color, one people. Different language, one people. Different country, one people. Living in a world with so much not telling. Though we are different, we Different traditions, one people. Different culture, one people. Living in a world with so much love to give. Though we are different, we are the same. Though we are many, we are one. So let's live in peace, live in harmony, live in love. That's all that we want to be. Peace is harmony. Hoping that the people of the world be free. Different faith, one people. Different belief, one people. Different way, one people. Thank you. I planned for him to stick that thing in my ear at the end, but he talked sense that it would have looked really dumb. But it was some comedy, really. So this is a song that you all